They say that when Genghis Khan died, the earth itself swallowed his secret. His tomb, if it exists, is not just a burial site, but a forbidden chapter in human history that no man was ever meant to read. For 8 centuries, the winds of the Mongolian steppe have carried whispers of the lost tomb, a place shrouded in oath, blood, and silence. In the year 1227, when the great conqueror drew his last breath, his generals swore a vow that would defy time itself. Thousands of soldiers escorted his body back to Mongolia. Along the way, every traveler, every villager who glimpsed the funeral procession was executed. The riverbeds ran red, and the roads turned silent. Then, when the burial was complete, the soldiers who knew the location were themselves slain, so that no living soul would ever reveal where the great Khan rested. The secret was buried not just beneath soil, but beneath fear. The Mongols believed their Khan was not merely a man, he was the embodiment of eternal power, a bridge between heaven and earth. His tomb was said to contain relics looted from empires, jewels from Persia, gold from China, and scrolls of wisdom from civilizations that no longer exist. But more than treasure, it was believed to contain a spiritual force so immense that disturbing it would unleash calamity upon the world. That fear has endured for centuries. Yet, the mystery never slept. From the mountains of Burkhan Khaldun to the plains of Kentai, generations of explorers, scholars, and treasure hunters have searched, drawn by a compulsion no logic can explain. The Soviets tried. The Japanese sought it during World War II. Even modern archaeologists, armed with satellites and ground-penetrating radar, have mapped the Mongolian wilderness, yet the Earth refuses to give up its secret. In 2010, an international team used advanced satellite imagery to scan thousands of square miles. They found signs, ancient burial mounds, roads aligned with celestial markers, traces of man-made patterns lost beneath centuries of erosion. But each clue led to another question, each discovery to another layer of silence. Nature, it seemed, was protecting something. Forests grew denser, rivers shifted course, landslides covered old paths, as if the earth itself was hiding its sovereign. Legend says the Khan's resting place lies beneath the sacred mountain of Burkhan Khaldun, the same mountain where he prayed to the eternal blue sky, where he claimed to speak with spirits of wind and fire. The area is forbidden even today. Locals refuse to go near. Those who do speak of strange lights in the mist, the feeling of being watched, and an unspoken curse that guards the mountain. Historians describe this secrecy not as superstition, but as the ultimate political act, the creation of a myth that keeps an empire alive long after its fall. Because if no one knows where Genghis Khan is buried, then he can never truly die. His name becomes eternal, his shadow endless. Every desert storm, every rumble of thunder over Mongolia becomes his echo. Still, there are those who believe the truth lies waiting beneath layers of history, beneath ancient stone, hidden chambers, and forgotten rituals. Some suggest that beneath Burkhan Khaldun lies an entire subterranean complex, tunnels lined with gold, guarded by mercury rivers, and sealed by ancient traps similar to those of the first emperor of China. Others believe the tomb was never meant to be found, that his followers destroyed every trace, scattering his remains across the land so that no single grave could hold him. In 2022, an anonymous Mongolian researcher claimed to have uncovered encrypted manuscripts describing a valley where the sky meets the earth, containing coordinates that correspond to a remote area within Kentai province. But before he could publish his findings, he vanished. His digital files were erased, and his name was removed from academic records. Whether coincidence or something darker, no one can say. There is an unspoken truth among Mongolian elders, that Genghis Khan's tomb is not a place, it is a presence. It lives in the soil, in the mountains, in the very air of Mongolia. To disturb it would be to disturb the balance of the world he forged with conquest and blood. Some say his spirit still rides with the northern wind, guarding his secret from those who seek it. And so, after 800 years, the riddle remains unsolved. The greatest empire builder in human history, who shaped continents, toppled civilizations, and changed the course of mankind, lies somewhere beneath the eternal steppe. Unfound. Unnamed. Unbroken. Perhaps that is his final victory. Not in the empires he conquered, but in the mystery he left behind, a silence so vast, even history itself dares not speak its name. There are legends, half-whispered in the nomadic camps of Mongolia, that on certain nights when the moon burns red, the wind carries the sound of distant hooves, as if the Khan himself rides once more across his homeland. Some say it is merely the wind echoing through the valleys. Others believe it is the spirit of Genghis Khan, restless, circling the mountain that hides his grave. In those moments, herders bow their heads to the ground, uttering words that have no translation, ancient invocations meant to appease the unseen. Archaeologists who venture near Kintai province describe an uncanny sense of disquiet. Electronic instruments malfunction, drones lose signal, compasses spin. There are stories of explorers who went missing without trace, their camps discovered intact, their tracks ending abruptly at the mouth of the forest. Local guides often refuse to continue, muttering that the Khan guards his sleep. For outsiders, it's superstition. For the Mongols, it's sacred truth. And yet, the temptation persists. To uncover the tomb of Genghis Khan would be to rewrite history itself. It would be the discovery of the millennium, a window into the empire that connected East and West, that carried paper, gunpowder, and ideas across continents. But to find it would also mean breaking the oldest taboo in Mongolian culture, disturbing the eternal rest of their divine ancestor. The mystery deepens when one looks at the records left by ancient Chinese chroniclers. They speak of a hidden burial, orchestrated under a new moon, involving hundreds of slaves who dug the chamber, only to be executed once their task was done. Over the centuries, these accounts fused into legend. Some even claim that rivers were diverted to flow over the tomb, erasing all trace of the burial. An entire landscape reshaped to conceal a single man. What kind of man commands that even death itself bow to secrecy? The world remembers Genghis Khan as a conqueror, ruthless, unstoppable, the scourge of empires. But the Mongols remember him differently, as a lawgiver, a visionary who united warring tribes and established a code of honor, trade, and tolerance unknown in his age. His final resting place, then, was not built to glorify wealth, but to preserve humility. A tomb without a name, without monument or stone, so that even in death, the Khan remained equal to his people. There's an old Mongolian prophecy that says, when the Khan rises again, the world will tremble as it did before. Some interpret this as metaphor, that his spirit will awaken when the world once more forgets its balance between strength and wisdom. Others fear it as literal, that whoever disturbs his tomb will awaken forces buried with him. In 2015, a private research team led by a Japanese archaeologist attempted a covert excavation near the Onan River, guided by ancient maps and geomagnetic anomalies. What they found was strange. Beneath a layer of compacted soil, they uncovered fragments of metal, pieces of saddle ornaments, and shards of Persian glass, artifacts belonging to no single culture. But before the dig could continue, the Mongolian government ordered it halted. The area was declared a protected zone, and all data classified. The official reason was heritage preservation. Unofficially, rumors spread that something was found, something that could not be explained. It is as if the world itself conspires to protect the mystery. Each generation comes closer, then turns back, as though touched by an invisible hand. Perhaps it is chance. Or perhaps, as many believe, the great Khan still commands his empire, not in flesh, but in the secrecy that binds those who seek him. To this day, Burkhan Khaldun remains untouched, an ocean of grass and shadow where time stands still. Birds circle in silence, and the horizon stretches endlessly, indifferent to human curiosity. Somewhere beneath that vastness, the conqueror sleeps, surrounded by the echoes of the worlds he conquered. His tomb remains hidden, his legend eternal. Because the truth of Genghis Khan was never meant to be found, only felt. It lives in the wind that whips across the steppe, in the thunder that rolls through the mountains, in the unbroken silence of a people who still guard his name. And perhaps that is the greatest mystery of all. That a man who once ruled half the world left behind no palace, no pyramid, no temple, only a secret so deep, it still rules us from beneath the earth. And so, the legend endures, not carved in stone, not sealed in gold, but whispered in the silence of the Mongolian wind. Genghis Khan's empire may have crumbled, its borders erased by centuries of dust and time, yet the spirit of its creator remains unbroken. He is not lost, he is everywhere. In the thunder that sweeps the steppe. In the fire of every dream that dares to conquer the impossible. Perhaps the tomb of Genghis Khan will never be found. Perhaps it was never meant to be. For some mysteries are not meant to be solved, but remembered, as living echoes of power, destiny, and the endless hunger of mankind to touch eternity. And in that endless horizon where sky meets earth, the great Khan still rides, unseen, eternal, guarding his secret beneath the shadow of history itself.